Welcome to the Financial Freedom for Gen X.
This is where you need to go.
You're back to one of the
another
pet hate.
Complete lack of customer service.
It's called customer service has left the building.
It's
not there.
Yeah.
Like
it's
again calling out companies, which we don't usually do. The
service.
Yeah, so fine. The same service that we didn't get from Lorna Jane, we went to Rockware. The lady at Rockware was excellent.
Yeah.
Older lady, not on her phone. Like Kirsty went up and said, "Look, this is what's happened. I'd like some help because I haven't." And the lady was like, "Not a problem." She was actually quite stunned. She was just like, "Are you kidding me? Really?" And it was like, "Well, yeah." So, but she helped Kirsty pick like 3 or 4 things. Kirsty went in, tried them on, came out, and the lady was like, no, that's too big, that's too small, etc. You want something that's comfortable, and literally helped her get exactly what she wanted. That was customer service. Okay, but yet we're back to the whole why are we, and like this is another story I will do later on again. Like I'm a fanatic for wiring, because that's my background. But customer service and quality of service,
I think it's the lack of give a shit
from big ass companies, and I'm going to call out ARB on this one. But as a Gen X, and I will say, actually, it's not actually a generation thing.
No,
as
I
a
think
person,
it is.
as a person who's expecting quality service, when you're spending large amounts of money with a company,
yeah,
you really should be getting good service. And like, okay, so we've got a friend. We're not going to name his name or the company that he went with. He bought himself a brand new Wildtrak Ranger.
Pretty flash.
Very
it's
nice
got
cars.
everything.
Then he went and he got the tray taken off, and he got a custom-made canopy put on the back. 7 months down the track, he's still having problems, and he spent over 100K. Okay, roughly 100K. Sorry, getting it built. Okay, and I'll say roughly because, like, if you could put anything into that thing, it's in it. But it's service.
Yeah.
Okay, you don't let stuff go out the door without doing your quality control on it, making sure everything's working.
I think it's
his solar panels weren't working.
No, but I think it comes down to pride in your work, being proud of how well you've done your job. And I think it's because, and I could be completely wrong, and feel free to give me your opinion back. As people who have had employees, we've had employees who have just been exceptional. They have taken on board everything. They have done everything that you are asked for. And then I've had employees who have decided that I have no right to ask them to do things. And it's like, well, actually, yes, I do. Because last time I looked, I was your boss. And
by the way,
I'm not that kind of dictating boss.
By the way,
I'm going more like a mum.
Just to clarify, like Kirsty and I would never ask anyone to do anything that was not something that we would do, something that was unethical or something that was dangerous.
No.
Okay?
No.
So and like I've got planners that work underneath me, but I would not ask them to do something that I would not be prepared to do. And technically that's the way the whole work system should work. But if you're an employer and you ask someone to do something, nowadays it's
you
like...
do it and you do it properly.
Yeah, and if you're like, well, I don't think that's something I'm suited to, then fine, that's a discussional point, but it's not a go away and do it slap happy.
I think a lot of it comes down to, what concerns me is where we're going in the future. We had dinner with with our son and his fiance the other night, and I said, how would you guys go if there was no electricity? You watch all these movies of global apocalypse and there's no electricity and all of those sort of things. Would they know how to do something like this? Basic survival skills. Would they know how to cook? Would they know how to start a fire so they could boil some water so that it's,
Could they disconnect?
Could they well, they'd have no choice. They'd have to disconnect. But how would they actually go if they didn't have those sort of things where you can just plug it in and there it is? There'd be no TV. They would actually have to communicate direct face-to-face with people. They would actually have to learn how to problem solve without a computer giving them the answer.
Looking it up on YouTube.
Or looking it up on YouTube. Although in saying that, I've done that so many times and it's really handy. But there's so many little things that it's almost like we've become so disconnected and we're so reliant on the way in which our world runs now. So how will our younger generations actually go? And of course we won't know, and hopefully, fingers crossed, toes crossed, eyes crossed, the whole lot crossed, we never actually have to experience or that sort of thing ever happening.
Hey, look, last week coming home from work, I saw a young guy standing on the side of the road with a flat tire.
Had no idea how to change a tire. See, I taught my son how to change a tire.
Yeah, and it's like...
Because my dad taught me, because he had 3 girls, my dad taught me how to do that.
It's basic life skills.
It is basic life skills.
And it's like, but we're not doing it anymore.
Well, no, because you make a phone call and somebody comes and does it for you, which is great.
It keeps them employed. So we're opening up a whole new employment field.
But yeah, so well, look, that's us for this chat.
I think we're probably going to have to break this video into 3 because we've gone for half an hour,
which is fine.
Which is fine. Look.
It's just our opinion. It's our take. I didn't even get to touch on the things that I wanted to talk about, which was how it is that how we are looking and putting our stuff together for us in a futuristically. Again, if you were at ground zero, like all those people over in Victoria, how if they're our age, how are they going to start from scratch again? If they don't have super, they've only got, I don't know, 20k sitting in their super, and it's like, well, how much do you actually need to have in there before you can retire? How much do you realistically? And so if we look at the dollar value of, I don't know, say we're retired, we have no debts, we're living on 50k a year, and you go, oh geez, that's not very much, and it's like, well, it's $800 a week, but that's food, fuel, household bills.
Won't last long.
Everything's paid for. It wouldn't actually last long. But if we're looking at in 15 to 20 years and we go, okay, what's the actual comparative of what $1,000 is now versus what's $1,000 going to be actually going to be able to buy for you in that time frame in 20 years?
But also looking opposite direction as well is go back 20 years and go, $1,000 20 years ago was a lot of money.
Yeah.
$1,000 now, people spend that in one freaking, we had a lady in front of us who had a trolley full of shopping, and that was $700 and something worth of food. And I'm looking at her going, whoa.
Yeah.
Really? Yeah. I remember when we used to go shopping with mum and dad, that was a while ago, yes, before people jump in. That was like $245, $300. And
but
she
that
was
also
feeding
comparative.
Yeah. But again, I'm just saying if you look, so $1,000 20 years ago was, a lot of money. $1,000 now, you can blow that in one shopping trolley.
Easily.
And then $1,000 another 20 years.
Bunnings is a $1,000 shop.
Yeah.
Really. It is for us.
And in another 20 years, $1,000, is that going to buy you anything?
It might get you some fuel.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Anyway. I will say one call out to everyone who's affected by floods
absolutely.
and
up north from the
cyclone and everything else. Safe travels to all the FIFO workers that are up there. I get what happens when, and I think a lot of people get what happens when you get torrential storms. I think Karratha got 280 millimeters of rain in one hit. So that's a lot of rain.
That's just shy of a foot.
Yeah.
It's like a ruler.
Yeah. So take my hats off to you guys for what you do. Safe travels. Look after yourselves and obviously your mates and maids being males and females. Again, I see two genders and that's it. But again, that's another one. But yeah, so look after yourselves, safe travels, and from us, life is always good because you have
Red wine.
and Tim Tams. Safe travels, guys.
Okay, bye.
Bye.